There is a moment in every hero's story when dependence turns into destiny, and in the case of Harry Potter, it came long before spells, wands, or prophecy. It came in a cupboard under the stairs, where deprivation forged resilience. Financial independence, in his world, was not simply about vaults and Gringotts, but about the liberation of identity and possibility. To understand why he never needed the Dursleys' money, one must look at how scarcity and neglect became his first, unintentional lessons in self-reliance. The Dursleys believed control came through withholding, affection, opportunity, and resources. What they didn't realize was that by denying him comfort, they created someone who valued autonomy over allowance. Someone who would learn to define himself not through inheritance but through purpose. When Harry first discovered his vault, a silent fortune untouched by greed, it symbolized far more than gold. It represented a break from a life where his worth was dictated by others. Yet the remarkable truth is that even before the keys to freedom jingled in his hands, he had already developed the mindset of someone who could thrive with nothing, because nothing had been his reality. But financial independence isn't just the absence of need, it's the presence of vision. What made Harry formidable wasn't the wealth left by his parents, but the understanding that money alone couldn't secure loyalty, courage, or destiny. From choosing friendship over fame, to refusing the temptation of power for its own sake, he built a life driven by values instead of material protection. Each decision reinforced a kind of capital rarely stored in vaults: social trust, moral authority, and unshakable purpose. In contrast, the Dursleys' world was steeped in financial fear and status anxiety, a house where money didn't bring generosity but amplified insecurity. They chased appearances, clung to possessions, and yet never felt abundant. Harry stepped out of that environment not as a product of their neglect but as the antithesis of their worldview. His riches did not define him, they simply removed obstacles. What truly freed him was learning early that fulfillment is crafted, not granted. So when we talk about not needing the Dursleys' money, we are speaking to a universal truth embedded in his journey. Independence begins in the mind before it ever shows up in a bank vault. Harry's story reminds us that adversity can become a foundation rather than a prison, that the absence of support can sharpen ambition instead of stifling it. He didn't escape a restrictive household only because fate intervened. He was prepared to rise the moment opportunity arrived, because he already understood the value of self-worth. In a world obsessed with legacy, inheritance, and status, his triumph offers a quieter insight. The wealth most worth having is the kind built through resilience, purpose, and the courage to step beyond what others believe you deserve. Harry Potter never needed the Dursleys' money, not because he lacked access to wealth, but because he learned young that real independence isn't inherited. It's earned in silence, in struggle, and in the unwavering belief that your future belongs to you, not to the people who tried to limit it.